Not bad, John. Pretty fair haul. I'll just step into the kitchen and make sure she didn't overlook nothing.
Well, make it snappy. I'm going to give this bird just 2 minutes to tell me where that big rock of his is. And if he doesn't come through, I'm going to cut it out of him.
Can't you see my husband here? Listen, kill him.
Well, if it does, it's his own fault. I came after that ring, and I'm going to get it.
What are you going to do with that knife?
Now, just you wait and see. Now, my friend, where's that ring?
I haven't any ring.
Oh, I know better.
I'm telling you the truth.
See this knife? Give me your feet. Come on, don't pull away, or I'll pull out your one. Now I'm going to cut a chunk at a time out of your feet until you get ready to talk. How's that strike you?
Please, mister. Please, don't. Papa, please. Papa, tell them where it is.
Ah, that was just a scratch. Now, here's the second cut.
Stop. I'll tell you.
I thought so. All right, then. Where is it?
Under the bed. I threw it under there when I sat down.
I thought you were faking when you said you were sick. Well, you'll find out whether you're telling the truth soon enough. Yeah, here it is, Gabe.
Yeah?
I got the big rock, all right. It's worth $3,000 if it's worth a penny. You find anything else?
No.
Well, how about it, folks? Got anything else? Studs, stick pins, anything?
No. Honest, you've got it all. He did have a diamond stick pin, but somebody stole it from him under Jefferson Avenue streetcar.
Okay, we got enough now. We'll leave you people tied up. We'll phone the cops after we've left and tell them you've been stuck up. Then they'll come in and tie you. So long.
Mrs. Zeminski doesn't wait for the robber's magnanimous offer to call the police, but as soon as the criminals leave, she unlooses the bonds of herself and her husband and telephones the police department. KGPL, the police radio station, broadcasts the call to the car in the neighborhood of 29th Street, and 2 minutes later, Officers Bert Sinatra of University Division arrives at Zeminski home. The frightened couple tell their story to the police.
And then one of the men were torturing Papa. Here we went into the kitchen.
What for?
I don't know.
You better take a look out there, Bert. Okay. Now, would you recognize this man if you saw him again?
I wouldn't know them to see them.
You see, Sergeant, they had bandanas on their faces.
But I don't. I know them if I'd hear their voices. One of them sounded familiar. Didn't you think so, Papa?
I couldn't tell. I was too scared.
Hey, here's something. What's that? There's 2 rings I found in the kitchen with a ticket paper over them.
Oh, my dinner ring. Oh, my lovely dinner ring.
Guess the guy was in such a hurry looking the stones over, he forgot these.
Yes, Papa. I got my dinner ring back. Is that... Oh, Papa, aren't you glad?
Mama. But what about my big solitaire? We'll never see that again.
Well, we'll do our best to recover it, Mr. Zeminski. But you can see we haven't got much to go on in the way of identification.
Oh, Papa. There it is them again, coming back after the ring.
I'll answer it. Get your gun out, Bert. Right. What do you want?
Is this the Zeminski home? Oh, hello, Pat. What is it? Oh, did you get held up or something? Yes, Pat, but I'll tell you about it some other time, though. I'm busy now with these officers. I'll tell you about it tomorrow. Well, all right, only I wanted to tell you I happened to see a couple of fellas driving up and down the block about a half an hour ago.
Oh, what kind of a car?
Chevrolet, I think. A coupe.
How come you paid any attention to it?
Well, they drove by a couple of times, and they sort of looked suspicious, so I thought I'd keep my eye on them. You know, I'm taking a correspondence school course on how to be a detective.
You are, eh? Well, maybe you can help us at that. Go on.
Well, when I went home for supper, I kept thinking about that car, and it sort of worried me, so I went out again, and sure enough, that car was parked a little ways down the street from Mr. Zeminski's house.
Yeah? So what did you do?
Well, I stood behind a tree across the street from the house, and I saw the 2 men get out of the car and walk up on Mr. Zeminski's porch. And so before I went back home to finish supper, I sneaked up behind the car, and I took the license number.
What? You got the license number of the car?
Sure. Yeah, you know, we've got to do things like that now. Detective lessons, get information and so on, you know, without being...
Yeah, I know, but what's the license number?
Oh, wait a minute. Here it is. I've got it written down here. It's the 1929 license, 7G6783.
7 George 6783. Get on the phone, Bert, and give the captain that number. He'll trace it in a jiffy. Okay. And, kid, you got the makings of a copper. That's mighty fine police work, getting that number. The Department of Motor Vehicles reports that license 7G6783 is registered to one Walter Daly, who lives at the Renard Hotel, San Francisco. Captain Cahill of the robber detail at Central Headquarters requests the Chief of Police of San Francisco to investigate this man. The next morning, Captain Cahill receives a reply.
Good. Kimberly. Sorry.
Right?
Yeah? Come into the office a minute, will you?
Right away, Bill.
Well, I got a hot tip on that diamond job.
Yeah?
What is it? It's a wire from San Francisco. Those boys work fast up there. It says Walter Daly checked out Renard Hotel January 21st. Gave forwarding address Del Roy Hotel, Los Angeles. Reputation unknown.
Yeah, you know the Del Roy, Bill.
No, I can't place it.
Sure, it's that dump on the other side of the track. Full of dips and snowbirds. Remember we knocked over Jerry Parker down
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and we pinched a lot of other mugs in that joint.
Well, let's get going. We'll ease down there and have a talk with this Daly guy.
Leaving Pruitt and Sperry's lookouts in the police car, which they have parked half a block away, Cahill and Kimberly enter the hotel.
Anything I can do for you, gents?
We're looking for Daly. Is he registered here?
I don't know. I'll have to telephone guy. Have we got anybody here by the name of Daly?
Yeah, he's in 642. Some men are in the lobby for you, Mr. Daly.
Hey, disconnect that thing. You! Yeah, pretty well trained, ain't you? Tipping off a guest. Well, if that's the sort of a joint this is, you're escorting us up to Daly's room personally, mister.
Come on, I don't know what you're talking about.
You'll find out quick enough. 6th floor.
What's the big idea of all this strong on them?
All right, we don't have to draw pictures, Billy. You're wise to who we are. And if I remember right, I'm wise to who you are. Seems like I've seen you in several show-ups.
Oh, yeah?
How's about it, Bill? Don't you look familiar?
Yeah, he does with that.
They are, gentlemen. Too slow.
Now, where's 642?
Right down the hall.
Yeah, and the boys are walking out the back way already.
Hey, you guys. We're police officers. Stand up and get back in that room. Go on. Make it terrific. You too.
Ah, but I'm the manager of this hotel.
I don't care who you are. You're going in there with the other two. All right, Kimberly. Take him down. Yeah. Find anything?
No, Gas.
Okay. You can put your hands down now. But the first man that makes a move is going to get killed. Now, which one of you is Daly? I'm Daly. All right. That's your suitcase? Yeah. See what he's got in there, Kimberly.
No, nothing back. Few clothes. Oh, here's a camera, something.
Let me see it. What have you been doing with this milk of magnesia, Daly? Been having stomach trouble? Yeah, a little. I've been bothered some lately. Well, that's fine, Daly. Thanks for your information. I happen to know that this stuff you admit is your milk of magnesia is morphine. You know how they'll book you for possession of narcotics? You flat-footed... Now, don't get tough, Daly. That won't do any good. You better just take it easy. Tell us, Daly, who was your partner on that last job? What job? The one you pulled last night. We didn't pull any job. We sort of think you did. You see, Daly, you can usually spot us guys who wear badges, but you never can tell when an amateur detective is staking out on you.
Cahill takes his business to headquarters, leaving Sperry on stakeout at the hotel. The two men are watched closely on the way to the station to prevent them from throwing away any jewels. For an intensive search of the room had failed to reveal the missing diamonds. They are mugged and fingerprinted, and a comparison of records shows that Daly, under many illnesses, had led a life of crime for 30 years, while DeVogue, his partner, is on parole from Folsom, where he was sentenced to serve a term for bank robbery. Mr. and Mrs. Zeminski are summoned to Central in an effort further to identify the two criminals.
If you'll just be seated here, Mrs. Zeminski.
Oh, thank you.
And you over here, Mr. Zeminski. Kimberly, bring in number one. Do you folks recognize this man?
Papa, that's the nice young gentleman who called me madam. The one who sold us the radio.
Yes, I know him. I told you shouldn't have bought that radio, Mama.
Hey, what's this all about? I never saw these people before in my life.
That's him. That's him. I know him for sure by his voice.
What did you do with my diamonds, you young loafer?
What is this, a frame-up? I don't know nothing about no diamonds.
As soon as the Zeminskis hear Daly talk, they recognize him as the other robber. That evening, the questioning of Daly begins.
Now, listen. Before you start asking any fool questions, I got a proposition to make to you. Yeah? Well, here it is. Your Hogan's a young fella. He's got a chance. Me, I'm old. I can't do more than one hitch anyway. I'll die up there. Now, if you file possession of narcotics on me and let the Hogue go back to stir for violation of parole, I'll tell you where the big diamond is. I can't get the rest of this stuff back to you. We can't make any bargains with you. We want to know what you did with the jewels. Okay, and I won't tell you. Yeah? I think about as much of you mugs as a man in my racket can think of a bull. And you've got a fair idea how much that is. Look here. I'm on the junk. I need a shot, and I need it bad. But I won't spill anything for nothing. That's okay with us, Daly. It doesn't make any difference if you spill anything or not. You bought yourself a one-way ticket to Folsom, and I found that can of milk-up magnesia in your grip. Now, what we want to know is where are the diamonds?
Hour after hour, the drilling continues. At midnight, no further progress has been made.
Listen, you guys. I gotta have a shot in the arm. I'll tell you where it is. Only give me a shot. Nothing doing, Daly. You come clean right now. Okay. I'll tell you. I threw away the small stones on the way to the station. And the big one I gave to a pal of mine to keep for me. Now do I get a shot? You're lying, Daly. That isn't what you did with the stones. Listen, I tell you. I'll break if you send me up for narcotics. I'll only give the Hogue violation of parole. He's a good guy. I'd hate to see him spend his best days up there. Listen. I'll tell you if you'll give me a shot. Honest, I need it bad. Not a chance. I don't see what you're wasting our time for. We know you did the job. You're going to the big house for it. You can't make a deal with us. You can't get any dope. But you're going to tell us where that big diamond is if we sit here for 6 months. Okay. I'll tell you. I guess it won't do any good anyway. Well, while I was driving down here to the station, I swallowed the darn thing.
Rushed to the receiving hospital, a stomach pump is applied to the recalcitrant Daly, and the diamond is finally recovered. The next day, Mr. Zeminski calls at Captain Cahill's office for his diamond.
You sent for me, Captain?
Yes, Mr. Zeminski. Come in.
Thank you.
Well, yes, sir. Well, here it is.
What? My diamond? Oh, Captain Cahill, how can I thank you? Oh, my beautiful diamond.
Oh, that's all right, Mr. Zeminski. It's all in the day's work, you know.
Oh, you couldn't appreciate, Captain, how much this means to me. This diamond represents my wife, Captain. For years, I saved all the money I could. Even went without food sometimes, until I could own this stone. But, Captain, where's the ticket?
Sorry, Mr. Zeminski. We were unable to reclaim it.
No. I can get another setting somehow, but never could I get another diamond.
Happy in the return of his property, Mr. Zeminski rewards alert young Pat for his amateur detective work and is delighted to learn that his would-be torturers are made to pay for their crimes. William Daly is given 5 years to life on 2 counts of first-degree robbery and 1 count of first-degree burglary. And Roy DeHogue is sentenced to Folsom for violation of parole